All right. How we all doing today? Oh, look at that. Got some lag issues going on anyways. Yeah, kind of back. Haven't really been able to do too much in terms of doing the afternoon haze, whatever. Ozzy's been sick and he's kind of still sick, so, puppy blues and, yeah, but he seems to be a little better. He's got a appointment at the vet's tomorrow to see what the issue is. Hopefully, it's nothing major, but yeah, it's been a long week and a half since. But you know what? That's what happens with puppies, right? I mean, unfortunately, they just like kids, they they get sick with everything, and yeah, he's just doing a lot of sleeping right now. He's actually right beside me. Anyways, back today. Got some time because really it dumped on us yesterday. We got about I think up to 10 centimeters of snow, roughly. Roughly about 10 centimeters of snow. Oh, man, it's too early for this shit. It's early November, and it's snowing a little bit now, but just nothing major, obviously. But it's too early. It's too early for this much snow. I mean, a dusting or two's fine, but this is just too much, man. It really changed how things went this weekend because we got dumped on yesterday, all day yesterday, and it was like a wet snow. And then, of course, it froze last night. And this morning it was frozen. I think it dropped down to minus 8. I think it was -8. Feels like -12. Fuck. Talk about insanity. But yeah, it's that's this time of the year. But like I said, we're not used to getting this much snow this early in the season. It's still fall. But anyways, we had a show last night. We were scheduled to do a show, and we did it obviously with Scotty Rourke, which turned out pretty good. I enjoyed having Scotty on the show, and we've been hosting guests. We've been hosting Alex and I have been hosting a special thing that him and Keith Age do once every few weeks, and it's called Where Am I? And basically, Keith has a series of pictures from a location that Scotty doesn't know, has no idea of it. And quite literally, Scotty has to guess where the location is. And I'll tell you, like, Keith hasn't been able to stump him yet. Scotty's been able to pick up the location. We've done it twice now, and the third will be tonight. So if you're around, you want to pop on in. I'll give you guys the link to do that because it's a private thing. They do it privately with people who pay. I think it's like $5 or something to do it. I don't know. I don't deal with that, but we're all, Alex and I are only hosting it. That's all. We're not the guys doing with the logistics. We're just doing the show aspect sort of things with it. But yeah. Anyhow, that's tonight at 9. I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me just double check here. And like I said, sorry, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, no, no, no. That's tonight. Last night. 8. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And quite literally, what I'll do is let me just see if I can. Okay. I don't know. But anyways, that's tonight. And we had him on last night, Scotty Rourke. Interesting show, very interesting. I am not much for psychic mediums. I have found it very hard to work with them over the years. Hey, Adrian, how are you? Good to see you. I don't put a lot of trust in them, but that doesn't mean that I haven't been able to work with a couple. I mean, there's been a couple that I've been able to work with that just, I don't know, have blown me away. And I'm very critical of them, very critical of many of them. As far as I, have experienced with the amount of years that I've been working and doing this, it is very, very hard to find somebody trustworthy, and not after the money. It's all about money with a lot of these psychic mediums. It's all about money, and it's the truth. Wayne, Mr. Dawson, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Long time no see. Yeah, I don't put a lot of trust in them. Again, like I said, because a lot of them are in it for the money, the moolah, and I really, really have a hard time trusting them, and therefore, yeah, yeah, exactly, Tim. A lot of it's all parlor tricks, really. Parlor tricks, cold reading, body language, so on and so on, right? I mean, that's what it is. And I don't put a lot of trust in them. I really don't. So, like I said, I was asking some harder questions last night, obviously, because you have to. And I mean, it's obviously up to your own personal preference, perception, or whether you believe Scotty or not. I mean, that's your prerogative. I mean, we didn't have him on to judge him, right? I mean, it's not a point of judging. It's because there are people who watch the show or have listened to the show over the years that want these people on. So we do bring these people on, and quite literally, it doesn't mean their message is our message. Their beliefs are our beliefs. You know, it and that's what it is. It's up to your own discretion whether you believe things or not, right? Hey, Lorenzo, how are you? Happy Monday. It's up to your discretion if you believe things or not. And I want to thank people. There were people in the chat last night that were asking hard questions. And you have to. You have to ask the hard questions. Questions at all. You ask the questions. You just don't let it slide and put all your belief in it. People do, though. Especially with the psychic mediums. I mean, he mentioned a particular person last night that I've worked with, and I'll be honest, I don't want to say too much live because I mean it's unwarranted. I don't need to. I think I've said enough over the past years on how much I don't approve of this particular psychic medium, and not Scotty. I'm not talking about Scotty. I'm talking about somebody else that was mentioned last night and their tactics. And I just don't believe their heart is in the right place when it comes to dealing with the general public. and I think quite actually misleading people, and have been for many years. Right? I think I know I've seen it firsthand because I've dealt with this person personally, you know, dealing with the paranormal, you know. And to me, it's just all about the money. It's the money aspect. It's about the fame and fortune and keeping their face slapped, in front of you, you know, it's that's all it's about, this particular person. And like I said, I experienced it firsthand. I mean, I was working with this person on a couple projects. And like I said, I just don't, you know, and that I think that is why I have. That's not the only reason, but that's one of the major reasons why I have much distrust for, a majority. Like we're talking about, 99% of psychic mediums, or people who claim they're psychic mediums. Like I do believe we have some sort of an ability that we're able to sort of nurture and home and practice and so on and so on. But people, I'm talking about these people that take it to the next level and utilize it in a position where they are, money. I can make so much money doing this, and rooking people into paying them for a service that they're not even providing. It's all bullshit. Like we're talking about grieving people, innocent people, naive people, people who are in a position where they're grieving and they're looking for some sort of solace, some sort of answers, as to why their loved ones have left. And enter these greedy psychic mediums that prey upon these people because they know they're easy targets. Easy. Very easy. And I really do believe with the experiences that I've had over the years, that's about 99% of these psychic mediums. There's only a minuscule amount of those who I think dedicate their time to the right direction when it comes to utilizing an ability they might have. You know, it's not about the money. It's not about the fame. It's not about the fortune. It's about helping people, genuinely helping people where you can. And if you're able to help and utilizing that ability that you may have in the right direction is imperative. A lot of these psychic mediums that are truly, truly, what's the word I'm trying to, that have these abilities, that truly do have an ability, go unseen. They go unseen. They don't want any notoriety. They don't want any fame. They don't want any fortune. They work behind the scenes. And somebody asked the question, I've never really heard of any documented cases where psychic mediums helped. There's been many, many. I mean, when the police are stumped and they really need, they'll look to any help they can get. And there are people that dedicate their lives to using their ability to help as best as they can and have. They're kept out of the spotlight for reasons You know, I mean, there's a lot of you know backlash when you hear about a psychic medium coming on to help a case or break a case or provide leads if possible. Because of all, it's just like anything in this world, in this life. It just takes a few of bad apples to make the rest of the scenario look bad. It's like paranormal investigating as a whole. It just takes a few bad apples that are doing it for the wrong reasons to make everyone who's doing it for the right reasons look bad. And when you attack those bad apples, you become a bad apple in the eyes of the people who support those bad apples. The people that support the Zach Bagans and Sam and Colby's and all that crap out there, they're not paranormal investigators. They're not. They're the furthest thing from a true investigator. They're TV personalities, entertainers. That's all they are. And that's what they're doing. They're entertaining you. They're taking you away from all the depression and all the real world, scenarios that are playing out. It's like watching a soap opera, but only paranormal. I'm having a bad day. I'm going to sit down and watch Ghost Adventures. When you're a kid and you had a bad day at school, you come home and you start watching wrestling, because it keeps your attention, and you buy into it. You buy into it. You believe it's real. There's some people who can't decide, or they can't, figure the difference between reality and entertainment. And even to this day, you see people who genuinely attack these entertainers and calling them fake and bullshit and blah blah blah. That is a position of believing that these guys are being real, and they're not. They're entertaining. They're not real. There's nothing real about them. But people push. And, like those who believe that they are real, let them believe. Let them. That's their prerogative. If they want to believe, then let them believe. And those who don't believe that, these hardcore debunkers, I mean, I honestly, is it really worth it? Is it, I can't believe the amount of backlash you get when you go into, say a Facebook group or a social media group or whatever else, and you automatically point out that person's fake, or you try to explain a picture or video, and wow, people just they just dump all over you, jump all over you, to the point where the administrators will kick you out because you're stirring the pot or you're bullying, and that's not it. It works both ways. It does. It works both ways. But I'll tell you, if you're trying to be proactive and you're trying to educate people what is truly the paranormal and what isn't, you're the evil dude. You're the evil person. You're the person that says, you know what? You're creating chaos. Get out of here. So they boot you. They boot you from the fucking from the group or whatever else it is. YouTube or blah, 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 wherever it might be. Anyways, enough of that diatribe. We got a couple shows coming up. And I'll just point out I've actually going to be making the promos for both of them. Both relatively pretty good shows, by the way. Let me just pull up the schedule here. So Sunday, December 7th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 10 p.m. UK. So we're starting earlier because our guest is from the UK and can't do it later, which is fine. Retired police officer turned UFO investigator researcher John Hansen will be joining us on December 7th. And he's got, I think, one of the largest, I guess, museums dedicated to reports. And I always say the name wrong. Seen over Birmingham. No. So he's a retired West Midlands police officer. And we'll get more. Hey, Stephen, how are you? We'll get more. But he's coming on December 7th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 10 p.m. UK time, so a little earlier for all you guys out there in the UK watching. He will be joining us then. And then, of course, on top of that, let me just see here. So November 30th, which is the week before, we're gonna have Keith Linder on. Keith was on before, but a while ago. And Keith, him and his wife had moved into a house years ago, and it apparently had a crap load of activity, like very, very malevolent activity. Anyhow, and he's written a few books on the Bothell Hell House. It's called the Bothell Hell House. Bethel, whatever. Bothell Hell House. Oh my God. And he's going to be on to chat about that, kind of bringing us up to date on what's been happening over, God, it's been 10 years. I think, yeah, it's been about 10 years, I think. 10 years since Keith's been on. Anyways, he's out in the West Coast in Washington State. So he's 3 hours behind here. So, but he's coming on our regular time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's November 30th. So those are two shows coming up. I'm looking forward to them. And of course, we're obviously continually, scheduling shows. But those are two of the scheduled shows that are coming up soon. And we also have a new, we have the Mothman shirt, right, guys? And I want to thank people who've bought them, who've supported us, because again, all that goes into helping us run the show. Right. And, StreamYard, so on and so on. I was going to say, we got another new t-shirt, Evil Cabal t-shirt, went live. Hey, Dazzy, how are you? That went live. Let me just see here. Last night, actually. And let me just bring it up here and I'll show you guys. The link is in the chat. In the okay, not chat, but show description. So there you go. There's the Evil Cabal shirt. There's the front of the Evil Cabal, the new Evil Cabal shirt. And again, that I thought you could. Maybe you can. Hold on. For some reason you can't. I don't know. But that's the front. I thought you were able to zoom in, but I guess not. And the back has the original Nocturnal Frequency Radio logo, small logo in the back underneath the collar. So there's the front, the Evil Cabal, which we were tagged as the Evil Cabal by a Mr. Well, I shouldn't say Mr., but Bishop Sean Manchester of the Highgate Cemetery vampire fame, who is, apparently a bishop. We like to call him a bogus bishop, but anyways, he wreaked havoc. And I'm just giving you a little bit of backstory if you don't know already, but he wreaked havoc with cyber stalking, especially myself, for many months after we had David Ferrant on the show to talk about the Highgate vampire situation from David's side of things. Anyhow, he coined the David Ferrant's Evil Cabal, and myself, Alex, and a few other people that we had on the show here, and that we've had on the show, former guests, were pegged as the Evil Cabal. Part of David Ferrant's Evil Cabal. But anyways, Alex and I decided, you know what? It'd be cool to have an Evil Cabal t-shirt. But there we go. There's the new t-shirt. That's live now. And again, you buy one of those, all proceeds go into helping us run the show. Plain and simple. We don't take any cuts personally. It just goes towards the show. And again, I don't like forcing things upon people. Say, yeah, well, come on. If you don't help us out, we're fucked. Any help helps, really. Any support helps. So anyways, they're in the form of a t-shirt. So there you go. I think I'm going to grab one myself, to be honest. I like it. It turned out really well. So I really like my Mothman t-shirt. So this one looks pretty cool as well. So, I mean, if you guys are looking for like hoodies or any other kind of merch, the coffee mug, whatever, I'm sure we could sort of put that out there as well. But we're just going to start with a t-shirt. So there you go. Freshly minted Evil Cabal t-shirt at our merch store. Link can be found on our show page here on YouTube in the links. So by all means, please grab one if you can. And thank you in advance if you do buy one. That'd be great. Anyways, that's the new Evil Cabal t-shirt. So there you go. I will put this out. Anybody who would like to pop on up, I'll go for a little while anyways. There's the link. And let me just post it. Pin it to the top. Again, you're all, anyone's welcome to come up. It's open discussions, obviously. I'm not, no set, let me just make sure this is, okay, it's pinned now. And yeah, so yeah. Again, if you have any guest suggestions that you'd like us to schedule for the show, please, by all means, go to our Discord. And again, I'll put a fresh Discord. Let me just put a fresh Discord link up there. Guys, do join it. I know for some odd reason these... let me just go to... all right, so there we go. And There's the Discord. All right, there you go. Discord is in the chat too. If you're on Discord, then and go ahead and join us on Discord. Any recommendations, comments, or whatever else, throw them on there. For guests that you'd like to see on the show, topics you'd like us to discuss, so on and so on. So I noticed I was actually really one thing I wanted to show you guys I found quite fascinating. Let me pull it up here. I stumbled across this, and I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. I really don't know what to make of it. If it's real, I'm assuming it's real, because these people don't seem to... Okay, let me see. This video here is quite interesting. These guys, man, this husband and wife, I think they are. And what they do is they travel. They travel places, and they're in the Alberta Rockies, and they travel with Jeeps. They're Jeep advocates, and they literally go in the middle of nowhere. And so, quite honestly, let me just... Okay, so here, I'm going to show this. And... this gives you a little... Okay, hold on. Okay, so basically... So he's going to show you what he's... not the deer, but watch what he captures in the woods during the day when they're going through the Rockies here.
On yet another adventure. And last time we were out, I caught some footage that, quite frankly, has me a little spooked. And I haven't quite decided if I want to show it yet. Now, it's not the first time that I catch something in the background while we're recording. Like a deer that we didn't notice, or some hikers that we didn't see while we were busy winching the Jeeps out of a mud hole or something. But this was different. Now, I don't understand what I saw, and I can't explain it. So if you have seen anything like it, please feel free to let me know what you think it is in the comments. Frankly, it has me pretty spooked. So if you're seeing this video, that means I decided to show it. And I decided to tell the story as it is, and included the footage that I saw.
Okay, so... I'll go to... you're going to see, like they go in the middle. Like, the Rockies, some areas of the Rockies, Alberta Rockies, are not easy, very accessible areas. Let me turn this down. So, it's God's country, man, I'm telling you. It's beautiful.
I don't know, it just seems that you want to preserve the spot.
Okay, so they show it near the end, I think. And this is the first time.
So for a while now, I've been putting out a trail cam at night, hoping to catch some wildlife around camp
they
while we're
return.
sleeping.
I'll show you the first time. This is the first time.
Loves wildlife. How cool could it be if I could?
So this is the first time they went there, and they just recently went back to see if they can capture something very odd. And again, like I can't see these guys, faking this or staging it, because it just doesn't make sense why they would. But anyways, here's what they capture the first time there, unknowingly, until they view the footage, the infrared footage, the night vision footage.
Show her some night pictures of what's walking around at night while we're sleeping. Now, I must admit, I haven't had any luck so far. I've put out the camera many times and never captured any footage. But tonight was different.
Like that is odd. You see that? You see that? Okay, look. Now watch carefully.
Tonight was different.
You see something speed by the camera. Like, what the hell is that? Like, look at this. It's like, I mean, okay, I'll play it again. And it's like the first thing that comes to mind, it's like the military, and maybe some sort of testing of these invisible suits, maybe because you've seen like the Chinese military with these things, and I mean, is this what it is, or is he capturing perhaps a ghost? Or something. It doesn't make sense. It's just really weird because to me it looks like people in military, in a military outfit, and infrared goggles, night vision goggles. Sorry, wearing night vision goggles. I don't know. It just very eerie. But here we go again. Here we go.
Captured any footage. But tonight was different.
Hey, Dragon. I mean, what do you guys make of that? Because I mean, I've honestly, like, here, I'll
Many times
pause
and
it.
never captured any footage. But tonight was different.
You see them speed by the camera there. Walk around the Jeep. Yeah. See, look. I mean, what? I mean, look at this. I mean, what is this? What is he capturing with his night vision camera? His trail cam. What is this? And again, the movement is so fluid. It looks like human in some sort of suit. You know? And again, when you look at the movement, it looks like there's like literally it looks like the military in some sort of, I don't know. It just makes no sense. Like, look at it. To me, those eyes, it looks like Mothman eyes, but to me, it looks like military wearing some sort of invisible suit, wearing night vision goggles. Like it just doesn't make sense. You know, you tell me. You tell me what you think it is. That is just. Oh, they're absolutely aware of the camera. I mean, when you're wearing night vision goggles, you can see the night vision IR. You can see it. Yeah, but what is it though? You tell me what is walking. That's the whole point here, Dragon. What exactly is it the military? Because to me, what you're seeing there looks like the military. It looks like, why are they fucking around in the middle of nowhere? And we're talking about the Alberta Rockies. And where they are at, there's like literally nothing there. They're in the middle of nowhere. Like, I'll put a link. Here's the link for the first one. Right. And then what I'll do is I'll show you, I'm going to show you the second. Let me just, so they went back, right? Let me just get this loaded up. They went back to see if they can capture more stuff. And this is just fucking weird. Right. So here we go. This is okay, here we go. Here's when they go back, okay? This is a few months later. A few months later they're going back, okay? And there's an old cabin. So they found their way to this old cabin that has like a background.
Way to go.
Right? And there's the fireplace, what's left of this cabin.
Oh.
The cabin was destroyed by fire. And the cabin had been there for years, over 100 years.
Okay. Let's go. Not.
So here they go. Here's the footage of the first night. You know, it's raining. Like what the hell is that? Tell me. It's like a rocking chair and some dude like walking around in front of the fireplace. Like he's sweeping again. Looks like military.
This unfolded while we slept, but we weren't ready for what came next.
Gonna, just in case. So. So watch.
What's that smoke?
What smoke?
It's the fireplace.
What? What the frick? What the hell is that? Where's that smoke coming from? What the hell?
So I mean, this could probably be explained, but he's saying it's
Coming from inside.
it smells like smoke, but yet there's nothing smoldering.
nothing in here.
There's nothing smoldering inside.
There's nothing in here.
I heard something. Did you hear that?
Freaking sounded like a moose or something like that, but
It was loud.
like bigger and not like a moose. It even smells like wood smoke. Well, where the hell is it coming from? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
The frick was that? Hey! Hello?
I'm out of here. I don't like this.
No, it's time to back up and get the hell out of here. Did I leave that? I did leave that. So it's one thing.
So I like again. I mean, it's up to your perception. You believe that or not. I mean, to me, it seems that they don't sort of. There's no point in them like kind of staging something like this because it's something that they don't do regularly on that show. It's a traveling show. I mean, they travel by Jeep to these remote areas to just like camp and explore and everything else. And like I said, them seeing what they saw with the night vision cameras. I mean, I mean, is it the military? You think it's baloney? Tim, you think it's baloney? I don't know. It might be baloney, but who knows? I don't know. I found it relatively interesting, the footage anyways. I don't know why. They get enough. Let's see. I mean, let's see. So they've got like 39.9 thousand subscribers. And like, I mean, their views, they get like enough views, I think. I must admit, the one has trended obviously 6.8 million views. And they went back. Hold on. Anyways, yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be for clicks. Who knows? Whatever. It's interesting, regardless. If it is baloney, cheap editing. What, the IR footage? It felt scripted. What I think the second one felt scripted. The first one didn't feel scripted, but the second one kind of did. Like the reaction. I'm out of here. I don't like this. I'm out of here. She's a terrible actor. But like I said, I don't understand why they would script it. It just, I don't know. Whatever, it could be. I just thought it was interesting. The footage, the infrared footage, excuse me, was interesting. So, I don't know. So, here you go. Look. You guys can see Ozzy here. Hold on. Look. He's asleep. Poor guy. Yeah, poor guy. He's like I said, he's been tired. He's been kind of sick. He had his monthly parasite medication, and they gave him I think the weight class above that he's growing into, and he had a little bit of one of the major side effects, which is loose stool and stuff like that, and he hasn't really recovered from it. He was doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden he kind of relapsed. So we're taking him in to the vets tomorrow to have a checkup. Hey, Dragon, how's it going, sir?
Oh, not too bad. I'm not echoing, am I?
No, you're not.
Okay.
What's going on?
New mic, that's why I was asking about the echo. No,
Uh,
Beardo just covered a guy who does this. He does camping videos, and when his views goes down, all of a sudden he'll pull out his IR trail cam and start overlaying ghosts to get more views.
yeah, I get it, but I'll tell you right now, I like Beardo, but I don't think he's the book on all be all. I I you know
But
I just again, debunkers have a mission. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. I don't
but
dislike what he
what
does.
but what we were watching there had a lot of earmarks of what that guy that Beardo just covered did.
Yeah.
A lot of the same earmarks on the overlays and the
Well,
sounds and
what I'd
stuff.
love to get is the actual footage and run it through my system to see. And that's I do get a mention in the last hour. Does he? Yeah. I like. Oh, what? I think we got something on your end there. Yeah, we got some interference on your end there, Dragon. Your audio.
Okay.
Hold on. No, it's not working on this one.
Okay. Is that better?
No, still the same.
Like I said, new mic, so.
Oh, it's pretty sensitive. It's picking up everything. It sounds like a vacuum cleaner or something. It's like overpowering your audio.
Uh, Alright. Well, then I guess I will back out of here and go back to regular chat.
Try fix it and come on back.
Alright.
All right. Yeah. So, Beardo. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind Beardo, but like a lot of these guys that their mission is to like just downright debunk. Um, and again, debunking people who I think most people understand are faking shit. It's not about faking. It's about entertaining. And that's what I spoke about earlier. And I think, yeah, there needs to be people like that out there, pointing stuff out, like grandfathering some people who like believe the shit wholeheartedly. But when it gets vicious and, to the point of bullying and everything else, it's a little different. He does investigate. I get that. And I've watched some of the investigations and I can get kind of critical with his investigations too. So, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. And I'm not saying what I showed is real. I'm not. I said it was interesting. Um, and I mean, it's anything is quite possible to do. Anything. I mean, in this day and age, with the technology that we have, it is so easy to create something like that. I just found it really interesting. You know, that what do they stand to gain except for clicks and likes and blah, blah, blah. In the middle of nowhere, in the middle of fucking the Canadian Rockies, like the Alberta Rockies, which is when you watch where they were going and how they had to get there, it's just incredible. So, but hey, but that doesn't say that there isn't military in those areas testing, equipment secretly. That doesn't mean that's not happening. So even though that seemed kind of out of the world, odd and everything else, doesn't mean it's not real. Doesn't mean, because I mean, when you look at the footage, to me it looks like people with night vision goggles on in military outfits. That's what it looks like to me. Now, I did a little bit of a background check on these people, and nothing kind of really red flagged in comparison to some of these other people that are known to fake or edit or whatever. And that's not to say these guys didn't do it. They had somebody do it for them. That's quite possible. But at the same time, you're telling me this can't be real? Is that what you're saying? It can't be real? That this can happen? I mean, that's the problem we have now as a society with the technology and, social media and blah, blah, blah out there, and these debunkers and believers and blah, 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 is, nothing's real anymore. Nothing. I mean, if it's real, it doesn't matter if it's real. There's always somebody there to say it's not real. It's faked. Right? I mean, you can show the most amazing footage that is real. It really did happen. But then people will say, no, it's fake. It's fake. And then, they take the high road and they say, fuck this. I'm not going. Because, I mean, one thing I need to do is look at the comments on that video. Because, I mean, right there and then, the comments, I'm sure you're going to see people in there going, it's bullshit. It's fake. And so on and so on. And that's the thing that you have to deal with when you have a channel and you do something like that, right? You have to have a thick skin. You don't have a thick skin, you're fucked. You're really fucked. And in the paranormal, you need a thick skin. You really do. Because if you don't, fuck off. Plain and simple. Get the fuck out, because you should not be doing this. You shouldn't. Because expect people to criticize the information that you provide. And rightfully so. And you should be willing to accept and build upon that criticisms. Right? Because there may be people out there that do have a better knowledge, a better situation on a particular aspect, maybe photography, videography, blah, 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 whatever. And, I always listen, I can't stand people who, I shouldn't say I can't stand, people who outright debunk and really have no background or business doing it. They don't have a leg to fucking stand on. They don't. And most of it is bullying. But if you have a background, I mean a legitimate background in particular areas that you're fucking outright debunking, then I might listen. I will listen because you have a leg to stand on. Right? You have a leg. You're trained in that particular aspect of, whatever, videography, audio engineer, whatever. Hey, Ryan, how are you? Good to see you. Just reading what you posted there in the chat. Yeah, I mean, it's, rightfully so, people will try to explain it, and you need to try to explain it. You explain the explainable. I mean, that's a given, right? And you narrow it down to how you can explain certain aspects of the footage or audio or whatever, and then you have that little bit left that doesn't make sense, and that's what you zero in on. This footage here that I showed, again, I'm not saying it's real. I'm saying it's interesting. And I can't really tell until I have the actual footage, the original footage, to go over to say, hey, yeah, this has been fucking altered. Right? I mean, I could download it. Hey, Friday, how are you? James, good to see you. I mean, I could, download it, from YouTube, and by then it's already fucking, the metadata is already fucked with. So I mean, you don't really have a leg to stand on there either. So until they're willing to say, hey, look, if I email them and say, hey, look, can I get the actual footage? You know, can I get the actual footage? I would like to run this through and check myself to see. So if anybody would like to come up, obviously the link's pinned to the top. Give me a sec. I'll be right back, guys. All right, back. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, Julie, how are you? Good to see you. So, you know, in this world of narrowness, narrow-mindedness, there's no in between. There's no walking the in between line anymore. It's either you're on one side or the other. It's just the way it is, and it's really a shame. It's like that in every facet of life. Politics especially. You're either red or blue. Yin or yang or whatever. But there's no in between. There's no walking the in between line. In between, and the same is for the paranormal and all the aspects of the paranormal. Either you don't believe or you believe. And more so, sitting on the fence. And I sit on the fence. I do. I'm a healthy skeptic, and I think that's the best situation when it comes to the paranormal. Because I mean, we simply don't know everything. There are people out there that believe they know every fucking thing. They don't. They're fucking far from it. Because you're not an expert. I'm not an expert. That debunker's not an expert. That person who fucking wholeheartedly believes isn't an expert. So it works on both sides. This is why sitting on the fence in between being a healthy skeptic is really truly the only way to be, I think, when it comes to the paranormal. The way I look at it is, in our current understanding, much of this isn't explainable through our current knowledge. That doesn't mean down the road we won't be able to explain it. Right? So a lot of aspects with the paranormal, there are theories, lots of theories, and that's it, just theories, because they're theories because we don't know, right? We don't know. Yeah, that's right. There's only one expert here, and that's James. God damn you, James. I envy you. But I mean, and that's why I have a hard time with debunkers as well. Right? I hate people who outright fucking say no. Because they don't know. They don't know. That just like the people who make claims of the paranormal that are so fucking outlandish, because there's a shitload of those too that sit in the same fucking ring, only the opposite side. People who truly want to understand what's going on sit in the middle, are healthy skeptics. Tread lightly, right? They tread lightly. They sit there and digest all the information, all the data, and try to make sense of it all. Exactly, James. Exactly. I mean, you look at simple things like germs, carbon monoxide, all this shit. You know what it is? It's things we can't see. Humans are, you know what? It has to be physical. It has to be tangible. And let me tell you, not everything in life is tangible. It's not physical. There's a metaphysical world out there. Learn more about the metaphysical world. Quantum physics. Look at this stuff. This stuff explains even more that you haven't got a fucking clue about. That's not to say that it's all right. I mean, right now, with our understanding, Steve, how are you? Good to see you, sir. I hope you're well. And that's what I mean. When you present a show like we do, it's not all about bringing one side of things, one side of the coin to the show. It's bringing it all in, whether you believe in it or not. That's not the point. The point is we're giving you different perspectives on something we haven't got a fucking clue about. We don't. We just don't. Because science doesn't. If science doesn't, who the fuck are you? If science doesn't know what's going on, who the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are? And this is what I mean. I've dealt with people, debunkers and bullies and shit like that for fucking years. On the show, in my own paranormal, investigations, I've dealt with it all. So nobody on either side is going to pivot me in a different direction because you know what? You have no more knowledge than I do when it comes to the paranormal. Except for if you're trained in a certain area, again, like I said, you studied, photography or audio engineering or whatever. If you have a lead in that area, then I would most certainly be fascinated with what you have to say about a certain thing. Chill. I get heated about it because I mean, like I said, I've been targeted, by people. Like I said, I've been targeted by people, cyber stalked and so on by people who don't like my opinion, and that's fine. You don't have to like my opinion. It's not about you liking my opinion. It's about, I just like everybody else are allowed to have an opinion. And my opinion is backed by, almost 30 years of investigating and researching the paranormal. And when I look at the paranormal now, it's like 99% of what I've collected, the data that I've collected over the years, I wouldn't say it's paranormal. There's only a certain small percentage of that I stick to this day and wait for the answers to say that it isn't. Right? I mean, there are certain events that have played out in my lifetime with researching and investigating this. To this day, there are no answers from people and science. So, I mean, until that happens, they're sitting on the shelf waiting for answers. I have presented some stuff to you guys that baffles my mind. Right? That have baffled people who are experts in certain areas of photography, video, whatever, scientists, veterinarians, you name it. These are the people you go to ask and say, hey, explain this to me. Can you explain this to me? And they can't. If they can't, then what? Then obviously, how the fuck can that debunker tell me what it is if these guys can't? Really? Or that person in the paranormal is saying, oh yeah, it's fucking, this is what it is. You haven't got a fucking clue. You don't know what it is. Because that fucking scientist or that fucking, historian or whatever, they haven't got a fucking clue. And here you are, you're more of an expert than that person is? Fuck off. So that's why if I get a piece of evidence, and I hate saying the word evidence because to me it's not evidence until we can say, rightfully so it's evidence. I share it publicly to the masses, to you guys, and say, hey, tell me what you think of this. Tell me what your thoughts are. What do you think this is? Have you ever seen this before? Because I may be witnessing a phenomena that, say, somebody out there has, witnessed and documented elsewhere. You put two and two together, you help each other in furthering the understanding. Instead, people don't want to do that. They automatically want to say, you're faking. You're faking. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. This is what you're doing. That's not what I fucking did. Fuck off. You're like a flight of shit. Fuck off. Help me to understand what's going on instead of fucking outright saying I'm faking. I'm not faking anything. What I present is exactly as is. How it was experienced or captured or whatever else. I don't need a fucking debunker to tell me I'm faking. Fuck off. Why am I getting so heated? I don't know. Exactly, demonologist. Oh, God. Demonologist. Demons. The same level of existence as fucking orbs. Come on, click the link. Somebody, come on up. I'm going to go for maybe another half hour or so. Yeah, it's never changed, James. In the 30 years that I've done this, it hasn't changed. It's only escalated, and now it's become dumber and dumber. Honestly, it just it amazes me. Yeah, oh no, not orbs, exactly. But it's amazing. It really is how things have not changed, only gotten dumber and dumber. Because I mean, these people that come out of the woodwork and think they have the answer to what you're presenting and saying that it's not real, you're faking it. And you go, that's all you have? Seriously? Explain to me why you think I'm faking this. Please, by all means, explain this to me. Because you seem to fucking know that, outright faking this, then tell. People are silent because they haven't got a fucking clue. Most of them don't know. I've dealt with many of them, a lot of them. Susan, how are you? Good to see you. And folks, I will be joining Susan, by the way, this Saturday. This Saturday. So please, if you're not following or subscribed to Central Mass Paranormal Society, go head on over. Let me, I think most of you are, but I will put the link. Let me just... And there's the link. Head on over. And like I said, this Saturday I will be joining Susan for a paranormal happy hour. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, most of you know me just from hosting Nocturnal Frequency Radio, but you don't know that I've been investigating the paranormals for over 30 years. Well, 30 years now. Something I formed in 2005 called Southern Ontario Paranormal Society. And although the footprint has lessened over the years, the website hasn't been active for quite a long time. In fact, I was going to redo it, but just haven't. I just don't have the time to redo the whole website. But we have our Facebook group, and just type in Southern Ontario Paranormal Society. And we just celebrated. Well, we just celebrated this September 20 years. 20 years of investigating the paranormal, and we've been all over Canada and all over the U.S. We've been to many places in the U.S. And everyone's like, "Oh, you've been to all these places that everybody goes to." No, we've been to some, like Waverly Hills and rolling hills and, the Shanley Hotel and Iron Island Museum, but we've been to many places that a lot of people don't fucking know about. And that's the whole point of this. I am attracted to places that have never really been looked at, never been researched. And a lot of them, you have to dig your heels in to find them because it's called research. And you don't do that, you're never going to find these places. Most people will go, I'm following this guy on YouTube or, here on Facebook or whatever. They go to this place called Rolling Hills or they go to this place called Waverly Hills. I want to go there. And of course, everybody goes there. I mean, I called it the Disneyland, Disney World or Disneyland of the paranormal. I went to Waverly Hills before it was really popular. Now, do I believe it's haunted? I don't know. Again, I don't know. My time there, while there didn't yield anything out of the ordinary. Just this big not abandoned anymore, but this big hulking facility that, creepy, of course. Right? But it didn't mean it was haunted. We come back and go through all the data, and of course there's certain things that popped up and go, well, this is interesting, this is cool, like the Waverly, like the ball and the EVPs that we collected in a certain time. And the EVPs that were collected happen when other things happen with different mediums. Most EVPs, unless the way I look at EVPs, it's a wonderful, wonderful area of research, and I love audio. I love it. And I do believe infrasound has a lot to do with EVPs, and I think being a data point. It's in Louisville, Kentucky, Steve. It's like a data archive, if you will, like an Akashic record, some people will call it, that records and archives energy. More so audio. And I really do believe if we can sort of, and I have been over the years researching, that audio frequency realm, I wholeheartedly believe it holds a key to understanding the secrets, if you will, of EVP and why they happen and where they come from. I really do. I think that and I know science is doing research on it, and it's not in your face that a lot of these things are going on, these research projects are going on, but they're there. They do happen. And you know what? Again, this is what I mean. Phenomena, not everybody knows all the phenomena that goes on. And this is what I mean. These are things that you learn as time goes on. As the more time you spend doing this, the more things that come out of the woodwork that you understand, that you learn about, experience. Hold on, what do we got here? Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. Hold on. Okay. Mr. Friday House James, how you doing, sir? Can you hear me, sir? No. Uh-oh. I like the setup though.
Hold on a minute, I can't hear. Try it now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
There we go. I'm liking the setup there, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Still working on it, still getting things put away and cleaned up.
So how you doing, sir?
Oh, still trying to get woke up. Moon's got me a bowl of soup.
Well, that'll certainly wake you up.
It should. It should.
So what's new and exciting in your part of the world?
Status quo, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, hold on a sec here. We got some sort of weird audio phenomenon going on. Kind of like I don't know. Sounds like a projector going on or something.
Let me see. It may be on my end. What do we got?
Tim, my pint glass says arcane. I said I'm on the pint glass.
How's that?
Oh yeah, that's perfect, dude.
Okay, yeah, the automatic adjustment here in StreamYard wasn't doing its job.
No, StreamYard's audio settings are shit. I can't stand them. So what did you have to say? Because obviously I've been going on a triad rant and blah blah blah. So
Yeah, we were all kind of worried. Is Steve okay? Did somebody come at him sideways? What's up?
no, I don't know what it is. I think what it is. I think it's when I look at people, and this is nothing against Dragon at all. Obviously, I'm not pointing this. I just find it very difficult when people will use somebody like Beardo as the end all be all. And nothing against Beardo, don't get me wrong. I just that's the wrong approach to
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. Now, Beardo, I mean, he's a nice guy, honestly. And he does go over the top sometimes, but he also owns that.
Yep, and that's good.
I mean, he'll say it. But he's one of the few. I mean, he can get out of hand with it, but we kind of need him around.
You need people like that to keep people in check. I do believe that. But you know what? Are you like you sit there and you look at his credentials?
Mm-hmm.
What gives him the right to say, okay, look at what you're doing is faking? And I get it. He does his research, but at the same time, what credentials does he have to back it up?
He doesn't, and it all comes down to phrasing.
Yeah.
He's misphrasing it because when you look at other debunkers, and I'm going to say Side Eye Guy, Kenny Biddle, Kev Kerr, all of these debunkers.
Yeah.
When you look at the way they do it, they say, okay, this appears to be, and let me show you how easy it is. They recreate it. Side Eye Guy, not so much, but he's doing it more for entertainment, but he's not always wrong.
Yeah.
But Yeah, you have to show that, hey, this can be faked. Be careful. Don't fall for this. Here's how they do it, and go from there. Yeah, Berto does that too, but
Yeah.
yeah, the yelling at the screen, hey, you're fake, you're fake. Well, now what you're doing looks fake is what he should say, but it's his show.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold that against him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just my opinion on that. You need to watch your phrasing, really.
Well, that's a thing. Yeah. That's a thing. And I mean, and I know there are people like, I look at it too from the perspective of being on both sides of the coin, obviously, because I've done shows. I work in film. I mean, I know what it is. I know what it's like to put something or be in something that is entertainment. And at the same time, I've always made it known to the people that I'm working with.
Mm-hmm.
I will not fake anything. I don't give a shit if you want to pay me extra. I'm not faking it. I'm not about that, and I don't want to ever give that image out. But at the same time, it's when things are being produced for television, it's entertainment. And people need to know that, understand that, and decipher the difference between entertainment and realism. And in this day and age, it's really hard. So yes, I do believe there is a position for, I say, a Beardo or a Mythos or whatever, these guys that do outright debunk. But I don't know so much about the outright debunking. Explain to people it's not about the debunking. It's about giving you the truth and saying, look, this is being filmed for entertainment purposes. This isn't real, and I hate the reason why is like I keep equating to, say, wrestling. People who wholeheartedly believe that what they're watching with wrestling is real.
Yeah.
Right. And then, you sit there and go, that's not real. You're like bursting their bubble. It's like, why do you take my only form of, happiness away from me? I mean, their perspective, it's their prerogative. If they want to believe it, let them believe it.
Well, most of the debunkers, some of them get started because they look at the, what's the word I'm looking for on this? They get flabbergasted. Because if you go out, okay, you got a would-be debunker and a would-be, for lack of a better word, completely gullible person. And they're both watching two different shows at the same time, okay? And you got one show where the hunters, investigators, they say, hey, something happened over there. We're looking into it. We don't have any answers. We don't know what it was. Our equipment said this, but we're checking into it, making sure it's just not something normal. And then you have Baggins over here. Stop, demon, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, the debunker's going to be like, that guy's an idiot. Don't watch that. He's lying to you for entertainment. I mean, if you know it's entertainment and want to laugh at him, fine. Watch it. That's great. Don't believe him. Because there are people out there that wholeheartedly believe that him and people like him are the honest truth. They're the real deal. And whatever happens is honestly what's happening. And that's, it flabbergasts me too. I mean, like, you seriously, you can't look at this and tell? Really? But those are the ones that, no matter how much evidence you put in front of them, they're not going to believe it. Because they want either... I think mostly it's just that they don't want to break the illusion, like you were saying, that they want to believe that it's real.
Yeah.
And they just, any evidence you put in front of them, like, no. They won't even look at it. There's just no getting through to some of them. And others, they're like, hey, you know what? the more I think about it, the less I want to watch this guy. So they go find something different.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Just something came up. Just give me a sec here.
Not a problem. Yeah, you were talking about EVPs and infrasound. It's interesting because that's one of the things that I was starting to look into. Trying to set up a way to record infrasound frequencies that starts below 20 hertz, which is very difficult because most equipment, your sound card, recorder, stuff like that,
Yeah.
they don't record below 20 cycles a second intentionally.
Yeah.
It's just they're just not designed to do that. But there is a way around that. You can use a microcontroller and some pressure sensors, and I've been experimenting with that.
Yeah.
You can actually pick up frequencies below that,
Mm-hmm.
and it can interpret that,
Yeah.
play it back into the computer, and there you go. You can get your infrasound. Unfortunately, it's not real time at the moment on my experiment.
Yeah. So what equipment are you using for that again? Sorry.
That so far. It's not hooked up here this year. I'm still working on some of the code. This is a Arduino microprocessor. And basically, it's just sound. It's audio. I have my piezo element here with a weight on the end of it, so it picks up lower frequencies, lower vibrations.
Gotcha.
And on the audible field, up till about 100 hertz, around in that frequency, it'll actually pick up pure audio. I had it hooked up in here, and I'm at the end of the house. Everybody walking at the other end of the house, I could just see that thump, 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 thump.
Oh, okay.
All across Audacity. It was showing up perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just a little single transistor amplifier with a low pass filter. And yeah, that's where it's at right now. But my plan is to use contact microphones made from piezo elements.
Wow.
And if I work hard enough at it, I can make a diaphragm. It's going to have to be really big to pick up the low frequencies from the air.
Yeah.
And pick up lower sounds. I want to focus around 17, 18 hertz there.
Yeah.
Because that's where it starts messing with your senses the most. It'll mess with your eye.
Exactly.
You can start seeing shadow people. You can start not really hallucinating, because hallucinating happens in the brain, not the eye.
Yep.
But it can cause
It
vision
causes
distortion.
exactly.
And then the brain just fills in the gaps.
And people don't realize that. I mean, you know, I mean, when you influence a processor, it's going to have glitches like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different with the brain.
Well,
The brain is influencing your senses.
Well, your brain is completely and entirely blind.
Mm-hmm.
It relies on the senses from your body. Your body is nothing but a huge sensor and fuel processor. I mean, from here down, that's all it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And most of your senses are actually right up here beside the brain. And
Yep.
I don't think that's by accident.
No.
You can't detect or sense anything that doesn't come to you. Light, sound, vibration, molecules that affect your taste and your olfactory senses. It all has to come to you and make contact to you before you know it's there.
Let me ask you this: Do you think, and I kind of believe this as being a huge issue, domestication. Our domestication over the years, from being a hunter-gatherer sort of species to a domesticated species,
Mm-hmm.
causing a lot of the senses that we had, that we relied on when we were hunter-gatherers, are almost non-existent now. That have retained in other parts of the animal kingdom, if you will, because I mean they're all still surviving and in that situation where we've been domesticated. We don't have to worry about that anymore. We've been influenced. We've been filtered. And do you think that that's been done on purpose? Do you think that we can break that mold and sort of open up those sort of sensories that we had before the domestication happened?
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, it exists. Your dragon.
Okay, that better? I moved the mic away.
I don't know. It depends. It depends.
There we go.
Is it better? Yes, it is, sir. It is better.
Yeah, I had the mic right next to the laptop and we were picking up the fan noise earlier.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you think it takes for a person to better understand those abilities that we might have had years ago and bring them back?
Well, let's first look at how we lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we relied on them. You had to smell to see if anything was around. You had to listen to see if anything was walking around. You had to even pay attention to.
All right, let me mute that phone.
Had to pay attention to smells. Even to notice body heat. You know, anything sneaking up on you, you had to pay attention to that. The way people are brought up programs the brain to focus on certain things and ignore other things. If we know that we have absolutely no dangers, we're going to program the brain to not put the senses forefront and put our entertainment forefront.
Yep.
Because there's nothing stopping us from just having fun. And that's literally what happens to the society. Because what do we focus the most on? Music, movies, sports, games, toys, stuff. Black Friday, buy.
Black Friday, exactly.
Yeah. So in order to get those senses back, you pretty much have to put yourself in a situation where you're going to have to rely on those senses and reprogram the brain to put them forefront.
And that's the question. How does one reprogram their brain, though? I know I would.
Danger.
Yeah. I mean, I know, fight or flight, there are certain things that we still, I mean, when you look at humans have these traits that, no matter what, they're there, no matter how much domesticated. It's just like, when a dog. I mean, when you get a puppy and you train the puppy, it doesn't matter how much training, it still is going to retain that sort of, that non-domesticated sort of traits that it's had over the years,
Yeah.
and humans, I think, are more susceptible to losing them because, as you say, the entertainment values that we all, the social aspects that many people enjoy. I mean, God, most people would probably wilter away if they didn't have the social aspect of life.
Some of us. I'm a heavy introvert myself.
I mean, I can be too. I mean, there's times when I just don't want to be around people. People just piss me off. The sheer and I love saying this word, stupidness. Of people. It just baffles my mind. You're like, how do you get around in life when you're like that? But
I mean, I look at the way, and I avoid Walmart as much as I can. But
the people of Walmart.
I'll just stand there and look around, and I'm like, how do some of these people function?
Yeah.
And you can just see that they just don't have a thought in their head.
No.
And some of them, they just do some of the dumbest stuff that I'm like, come on.
But do you find yourself making a comment? when you see that? I mean, not
Well-
literally to the person, but like maybe out loud.
I'll sometimes hope that they hear me whenever I go, wow.
Yeah.
And I just leave it at that and walk away. Just hoping that one of the brain cells are going to be like, hey, this is what he meant. It's a pipe dream.
How about you, Dragon?
I have no idea how they function. I mean, going to Walmart in your pajamas is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just not caring about anything.
Oh man. And you know what? To be honest, pajamas is probably not the worst example.
Yeah, I mean, lingerie I have seen is ridiculous.
And we're not talking about lingerie on females either, are you?
Yeah,
It's sad but true. It really is.
People at Walmart.com, isn't that the site?
Yeah. Oh my god.
yeah, the guy in there in the bustier in freaking nylons and freaking garters holding up the nylons, and it's like, what in the hell?
Now that's paranormal.
Technically, by definition, yes.
Yeah.
When you define the word as it's not normal, but
Definition of
it's
the
not
word,
normal.
yes, that's paranormal.
But yeah, it's you know what, it's still a wonderful world because I mean, there's a lot to look upon when it comes to the paranormal and wonder about.
And what's funny about it is I'll go in there wearing my black kilt, okay, with a t-shirt, which, I mean, not a big deal. Europe guys wear kilts all the time.
Yep.
And the same guy will look at me griping about me wearing a kilt.
See, I see. I don't understand that. It's not a big deal. I mean, obviously the kilt is a heritage thing, and it's a totally different thing to me. I don't see the big deal with a kilt. I mean,
Yeah, see, I'm German and Scottish by heritage. And that's
Oh
why I
man,
love
what a
German
mixture!
kilts.
What a mixture! German and Scottish.
Yeah, I got to the point I can control my temper, but you don't.
I mean, I could top you on that. I'm German and Scottish. I'm not. Sorry, I'm German and French. Sorry, Scottish and French. German and Scottish. Scottish and French. So
I got way too many in mine, but I do have a lot of the German, as you can tell by my resting face. I've just got that. Everybody tells me I look scary. Says, wow, you should smile more, and I'm like, I am.
give me something to smile about.
Yeah, I got that, and then I've got some Nordic. That's where the bloodline traces back to.
Yeah.
Is Nordic, so kind of might be related to Thor. I don't know.
So you must be feeling kind of uncomfortable there with the Texas weather then.
Family's been here a little while.
Yeah.
So I kind of got used to it. I mean, not after the heat strokes, but yeah. I'm never going to leave this place. I'm never going to move away. It's home.
Yeah.
So, traveling though.
I loved. You know what? I was. God, it's been a while since I've been to Texas, but I loved Texas when I drove. Except, I remember I remember it was hilarious. I remember because we did, I flew out to San Francisco to meet my father-in-law, and him and I did a road trip from California all the way to Florida. He had a place in Florida, right, in St. Pete's, and it took us about 2 weeks. We took about 2 weeks to do it. We took our time, obviously.
Yeah.
But I remember, we traveled from California to Texas, California to Arizona. We stopped in Needles, California, and then from Needles, California, we drove from there all the way to El Paso, Texas. And we said, okay, we're going to stop here. We're going to stop here for the night because it was getting late. It was about 9:00. And we got a hotel right in El Paso, right there at the Rio Grande, right? You could see Mexico right there. And we're like, holy fuck, man, this is crazy. Honestly, El Paso was certainly an eye-opener. It was an eye-opener, man. But I remember the next day we traveled from El Paso to Austin, Texas. And I remember, I think it was about a 4-hour drive between El Paso and San Antonio. And I'll never forget going through that fucking border checkpoint. And my father-in-law, he didn't have his passport on him. He had it in his luggage. And we're stopped, and you got the dudes coming out with their machine guns. And they're like, where you all from? Right? And it's like, Canada. Oh yeah. Where can I see some identification? I had my passport on me, and I gave it to my father-in-law, and he gave it to them. And my father-in-law, mine's in my luggage. Well, you can't get out of the car, sir. You can't get out. And he's like, well, I've got my driver's license. You want my No, I need your passport. Well, I can go get it if you want. No, you can't go out. Well, this time, because he has his passport, I will allow you to give me your. Oh man, they were pretty fucking stern.
Oh, they're
right?
very strict.
And I'm like, okay, cool. It gave me, and then we were off. And we're dry. We just leave the station, and we're driving down, and one of their trucks started fucking running down a pickup truck that fucking drove off the side of the road. The guy got out of the truck and started running towards the they fucking ran him down. I'm like, oh wow, this is crazy. Oh yeah, it was insane, but what an adventure. But you know what? Other than that, I fucking love Texas, San Antonio, and Austin. It's a great town. I love Austin.
Yeah, and everything changes once you go past those mountains. Once you go past 35, it's a whole different world, because then you go into the piney woods.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I see. We didn't make it. We didn't make it north of Austin because we went back down and drove. I think what is it? The 10. Took the 10. Took the 10 all the way to the Panhandle. We stopped in
10. 10 goes horizontal. The odd numbers go vertical. Even numbers go horizontal.
I can't remember what we took to go down to the 10, but all I remember is going through San Antonio, and I couldn't believe the amount of fucking the highway bridges were insane, and they were so fucking high. I'm like, this is
you can leave there, take I-10, go through Houston, and go all the way through, I think, to Beaumont. And then you go into Louisiana and on there.
we're in Louisiana, and we stopped in. So I had a bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
I said we're going to every fucking burger joint I want to go to, right? And of course, in California, we went to In-N-Out, and it was really In-N-Out. Not kidding you, man. I mean, as soon as I ate it, it was out. But it was great. Don't get me wrong. Right. Went to Jack in the Box, but I said the one I wanted to go if we're in Texas or Louisiana or Missouri was whatchamacallit, what's a burger?
Whataburger.
What a burger. Oh my
Yeah.
God, was it ever fucking good.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I love that place was really good. Probably the best one I had out of them all.
They're good. Five Guys. If you can ever run up on a Five Guys.
Well, we got Five Guys up here.
Oh, okay. There you
Yeah,
go.
Five Guys are up here, so
They're
that
amazing.
yeah, but I definitely wanted to hit ones that I'd never like. In and Out. They had an In and Out fucking pop up here one time, and it was insane. The lineups just to get in, dude. They fucking opened up a Chick-fil-A here, and I'm like, what's the big fucking deal, right? And literally, when they opened that place up, the lineups to get into it were insane.
They're
It's like-
good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Oh man. But
And their chicken sandwiches, for what they're wanting for it, no. I'd rather go to Whataburger and get that triple meat, triple cheese.
oh yeah, that fucking I'll tell you, man, that burger was so worth it.
It's
It was
making me
so
hungry.
yeah, I know. Now I want to what a burger. But I'll tell you, the one that let me down was White Castle. White Castle was horrible. Honestly. It
Yeah,
was-
the only reason they have all that hype was from that movie.
Well, yeah. I remember driving home from Louisville, Kentucky, and we drove. I think it was about 11 hours, and we got close to the Windsor Detroit border, and one of the guys go, I gotta stop, man. I gotta take a piss. I go, fuck, we're going through Detroit and you want to fucking stop? What are you, nuts? And the worst, I'm not kidding you, the worst part of Detroit too, right? You just coming in from, I can't even think of it now, Ohio. But anyways, so we stopped off and we got off the highway, and the only place that was there was fucking White Castle. And it was just a drive-through. You couldn't go in. It was just a drive-through place, right? And I'm like going to the dude. I go to my buddy. I go, dude, you can't go in there. They're not going to let you use the washroom. Look at this place. There's no fucking way they're going to let you use the washroom. And he goes, I don't give a shit. Stop. Pull over. I got to take a piss. Okay. He gets out and he goes up to the window and he's like, hey, can I use your washroom? They're like, no, no, you can't. No, what are you, fucking nuts? Get back in your car. Oh yeah, something else.
Yeah,
Traveling.
there's some places that, yeah. What are your thoughts on it, Dragon?
It's I'll tell you, it's gotten really nuts with places up here. There are places that there are signs on the door, absolutely no public restroom. And it doesn't matter. You customer for the place, whatever. No, you're not using a restroom unless you're an employee.
Yeah, even if you're buying food, sometimes, they just want you to leave because they don't want any fucking problems.
Yeah, and I don't know how it is elsewhere. I do know where I'm at here, it's not a law that they have to have a public restroom for the customers. For the employees, yes.
Well, yeah, definitely.
For anybody else, it's not required.
Well, I know here, in order to set up to have a public restroom, they've got to have certain drainage setups and so on and so forth. And if it's not set up that way, they legally cannot allow a public restroom.
Yeah, it's with the amount of issues and problems that they've had over the years. Yeah, it's insane some of the things that you see now. And, I think one of the big culprits, again, is social media. Social media has, I think, disturbed the algorithm of normality. It's like, what is normal anymore? There is no normal.
Well, normalcy is really consistency.
Yeah. I mean, whatever's consistent with your livelihood, right? I mean, everybody's normalcy is different, obviously. I mean, this is, what might be kind of abnormal to me is obviously might be normal to you or Dragon, and then vice versa, a period of whatever. Dragon, did you get any snow?
No, I'm in OKC, so I'm just north of Friday. So.
Oh, you're just okay. So you're okay. Yeah, yeah. I know.
I mean,
West.
it got cold here, but we didn't get any snow. It's very seldom we get snow here.
Oh, really? So yesterday, we got. I don't know foot-wise. Hold on, let me just see foot-wise. I'll pull it up here. Oh,
Yeah, we can't get a foot of snow down here, even if we rake it up.
I remember when I was a kid in Colorado, though, unless you had minimum of 6 inches level on the ground, they wouldn't even think about closing stuff.
Hey Tom, how are you? We got we got almost 4 inches 4 inches of snow. And it's too early for that shit. It's too early. It's too friggin' early for this crap. So we're looking at temperature wise. I'll give you temperature wise 28 Fahrenheit.
Too cold.
What is it? What's the temp there? Friday, James?
Let's see. According to, come on, phone. 56.
Yeah, see? And you're the northern part of Texas. And I mean
East.
East. And but I mean you do get colder temperatures there, right?
I've experienced on more than one. Well, I've experienced it on a lot of days. In the winter, we usually go through all 4 seasons in one day. I have literally got up, scraped ice off the vehicle, went through, I think it was about noon, had to take jacket and everything off. By the evening, I was turning on the air conditioner and in my shorts. And by nightfall, it was 80 degrees and then just dropped to 40 just in about an hour and a half's time. And it was, we go through all seasons in a single day right here.
Like I remember again, that road trip and stopping into Needles, California, which is along the California River.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado River, sorry. At 9 o'clock at night. So it was dark. And during the day, I think it was about 113. It was hot. 113 Fahrenheit. It was insane. We stop in, get out of the truck, and it was fucking like a wall of heat. And we get into the hotel, and we're like, holy shit, is it ever? She's like, it's cold. Cold now. I'm like, cold? This is not fucking cold. It's 109 Fahrenheit. You call this cold? What are you, fucking insane? Here it's cold. Oh man. And I remember getting out of the car on the way there. Mm-hmm. And I go, I want to take some pictures of cactus, right? Fucking, come on. I don't see cactus every day. I mean, this is a guy from Canada. How often do I get to see cactus? So I get out of the car, side of the highway, and I'm like, walking in, taking some pictures of the cactus, and then all of a sudden here, Okay, I'm out of here. And I saw him. I'm like, fuck this. I'm out of here. Oh man, insanity. Oh, they really do exist. Oh, apparently so.
hmm
Uh,
Yeah, and I was pointing this out the other day because I just point out the obvious. That's what I do. Uh, Letting people know, hey, it's getting cold. If you're new to the scene on recording EVPs, know that cold air makes sounds travel further and louder.
yes, yes,
Because the molecules are at rest and the energy doesn't get as dispersed. It's able to travel in that
yes.
wave easier and faster whenever it's cold. So where you couldn't hear sounds before, you can now hear animals, people, everything else further off in the distance. So keep that in mind when you're going to set up your recorder.
And a good sort of example of that is radio, especially AM radio. If it's warm out, and it's kind of weird how this works. If it's warm out, you got a clear day, you're gonna get that station really nice,
Yeah.
right? But when it gets colder, which is kind of weird, it gets colder and you got clouds, you can have a lot of static. You can have a lot of areas that it's muffled, and then all of a sudden you get that pocket where it's cleared up a bit, and then all of a sudden it gets staticky again.
That's got to do with the ionosphere.
Exactly.
That's an electromagnetic wave. Sound waves are physical. That's kinetic energy traveling through a medium.
Yeah.
Where radio waves, light, anything like that, that's an electromagnetic. So different things affect it. Temperature can cause the atmosphere to change a little bit, and that can affect the electromagnetic because the ionosphere, as the name suggests, has ions in it. And to certain frequencies, that's like a mirror.
Yeah.
So that's where that effect is coming in. Usually when the sun is hitting the atmosphere, the ionosphere will double, triple, bulk up a little bit. So during the day on lower frequencies, you have a ton of what they call skip.
Okay.
And Dragon knows about this.
I was just gonna say that's when your two-way radios. That's when you can start talking. That's when you start talking to Europe. That's when you start talking to Malaysia. That's when you start talking to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just keying up the mic on a ham radio or a CB radio.
Which are usually AM amplitude modulated.
Yeah.
A lot of your hams are FM now too.
A lot of hams are.
Yeah.
I have to grab a ham radio, man. I've been meaning to do this for a while.
It's fun.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
The challenge. I'm an AM person myself. I don't like FM. It takes some of the challenge away, honest, because
Yeah.
FM is the frequency shifting back and forth with your voice, where AM is the power rising and lowering with your voice.
Mm-hmm.
And the ultimate culmination of this is sideband.
Yeah.
And with sideband on a good clear day, oh, you can talk. You can get way out there.
Wow. Yeah, I've been meaning to grab one for a while. So I mean, eventually I will. Eventually. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end this. It's almost 3:00 here, so I have
Almost
to do a
2.
few things. But James and Dragon, thanks for popping on in, guys.
Always a pleasure.
And you two take care, as well as everybody in chat. Take care, and we'll see you Sunday night. Take care, everyone.
All right. We'll see
Have a
you
good
all
one.
later.